Alright, this is my persuasive speech, and I will be giving it on why I believe we should vote. Okay? We live in a democracy, which means we get a say in who runs our country and what that person is doing while in office. It's very easy to take a whatever, who cares kind of attitude on who does it, but when you do this, you just brush off this great honor and privilege too quickly. Registering to vote can be a little painful. You have to drive down to the polling station, which takes a few hours out of your day, maybe burn a few dollars in gas. You have to fill out all this paperwork, and then you have to pull your lever, which takes some time. But whether or not you know it, these small prices are way worth paying for the right to vote. I mean, in some countries, people literally die to cast their ballot and to cast their vote on what they want, and what they believe. Whereas here in America, we're just giving, that opportunity and that privilege. One of the biggest reasons I believe everyone should vote is that we as young, I feel that we as young people, age group 18 to 25, I think it's our responsibility to vote because we are the future. And in today's world, so many of the major issues and the hot topics that are talked about in politics directly affect us and our well-being for the future. The war in Iraq right now that's still going on, young soldiers are the ones that are dying more than anyone else. Education funding, both public school, private school, post-secondary, employment and job training programs for our futures, the reproductive rights issues are all over the place. This is us right now. This is what we're going through. Think about a future world one day that we will quote unquote inherit, and from the power generation now. And I mean, you can add food supply issues, for the farms that every day can't sustain themselves. I mean, it's shrinking. And the list just keeps getting longer and longer. Add issues that are near and dear to your heart, and the list becomes overwhelming. If you don't vote, you effectively kiss away your ability to have any influence as to how these issues play out in your world. And that's just lame. It's sorriness. It's unacceptable. The next reason is the only way a true democracy works is that if citizens, young and old, are active participants in the democracy. I mean, this is an oldie, but hey, let's face it, it's also a goodie. A government by the people, for the people, can't work without the people. This is a simple fact. It's like a car with an engine, or a computer without a hard drive. The engine doesn't have any gas, and the hard drive is what runs the computer. A democracy without voters is just a shell and has no power. While it's easy to say that one vote doesn't really make a difference and my thoughts and they won't matter, that's not true. Every vote counts. I mean, Florida, hello, they count it. There's always in the news about Florida messing up and counting down to the last one. Also, you have to remember that as an individual, your vote may seem to be a little more than a whisper, but when your vote is combined with the votes of others who share your views, it becomes a voice. And the more like voters there are, the louder the voice grows. So get out there and make the vote be heard. Make your vote be heard. The bottom line in voting is that you should vote because you can. You're given the opportunity. It's a tremendous gift. Believe it or not, young people just like you in other countries actually fight, for a right every day so that they can say and do the same things that we do and that we take for granted. A right that so many youth in democratic nations take for granted, like us. You should vote because you can. If you don't, you may one day wake up in a country where you can't. It can happen, and it very may well happen. And that's it. That's enough said. You should vote because you can, because you should want to vote and have a say in the world that you live in. So, thank you.